Awesome. First off, I want to start with you, Dan. When they go to the listen-ins, you're like the main one that's kind of giving the direction. Is that kind of your main role when it comes to the communications like that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely our main communicator, so to speak. But once again, it's a team game, and my teammates' comms were insane that series. So shout out them.
Yeah, on that last Fortress hardpoint, it was getting a little intense there going with P5 and everything like that. What's that mindset when you guys are going to those last rotations trying to close out a game?
It's just a classic great old bang out. It usually just gets mixy sometimes on that map, especially if the spawn's flipping and you're spawning on the bad side. But I think we did a really good job of kind of slowing down their first blend push, I guess you could say, and then just trading and then never really giving them an opportunity to cycle us. So
yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta bring up the fact that it was not the major you guys were looking for, Major 5. Heading into Champs, not the way you guys want to come in here. How do you flip that mindset and beat a team like Boston who's really talented?
You just got to remember that it's one weekend. Everyone has a bad weekend. It was unfortunate that it happened during a major for us. But we knew that we got to lock in. Every day's a new day. And as long as we're putting in the 100% every day in practice, we're going to come in to here at Champs confident.
Awesome. And obviously there's rumors going around with, sickness and everything like that. I know you talked about it on your stream. So what all kind of happened after Major 5, or was it during Major 5?
It was partially during and after. I won't really go too much into it, but I have some stomach issues, maybe some allergies, getting that all handled. But I was in the ER, so nothing too crazy, just had to get some medicine and get some scans, make sure I'm not actually in too much risk, so to speak. But now I have some medicine, I'm feeling good, I feel really good, probably better than I ever felt before. So maybe that's the medicine, maybe it's me being more conscious of my diet, who knows, but I am feeling better.
Everyone's feeling good then?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. That's all I got. Congrats on the All-Star selection and
Thank you.
Great rookie year.
Thank you.
Got a couple for you. Ghosty, Eric from Waterwave TV. Your first COD Champs, is it everything you expected?
I'm gonna be honest, it might be cooler. This venue is insane. There's so many people here, and you can feel the crowd. So it's more than what I expected for sure. Especially being on the green wall. It's insane. Shout out the green wall.
For both of you, how has it been coming into Vegas? The vibes here, the whole crowd, everything. You know what I mean? I know Ghosty isn't old enough to be hitting the gambling tables and whatnot, but.
I am.
He's been going crazy.
Oh, is he? You hit? Okay.
He's not allowed on my table though, because every time he's there, I just always lose.
He loses, yeah. Every time that I was with him, he was losing, and every time I stepped away, he started to win. So
I'm hitting. What's this thing? Fortune blackjack. You know what I mean? Like
the siders.
If you don't want, I'm like, God damn, Dan's never allowed to watch it. No, but I haven't been back here since the last time we won, which is I think it's been 5 years. So the vibes are all time high, and I love it here. I'm not gonna lie.
And Vegas is a cool city.
Awesome. Preparing for a team like Boston, they came in with the new roster than normal. What did you guys do to prepare for this specific match?
Honestly, we didn't really do too much VOD review on them specifically. It was just kind of more.
We watched a lot of their breakoffs on some maps just to see what their tendencies were, so to speak. But once again, they're coming in with a fresh new player, so their best maps could now be their worst maps. You really don't know.
Yeah, we're just kind of cleaning up, I guess, some things that we had to in some areas, but it was more just focusing on ourselves, and if we do all that, then we should be good.
Awesome. Last question for you. Obviously, not having the best last major, coming in and winning this match, how much of stress relief is this just to get that win out the way?
Yeah, the first match is always, it feels different than any other match in the tournament. It's kind of like the one that's, you have, I guess, you're most anxious about or whatever, just because you have so much time to prepare for. You know who you're playing going into the tournament. It feels like the tournament is. You just want to spawn into the map. You just want to just finally get into the game one, and then once you settle in, and then finally get that first series under your belt, you kind of just ease into the tournament, and then everything starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, that's the best way to put it. You ease into the tournament flow, because tournament style, COD, whether it be LAN or online, is completely different than a match or practice or anything like that. LAN is a whole different breed, so you definitely got to ease into it, and the first match is always pretty momentum based. So,
awesome. Thank you.
So first off, congrats, boys. It's a great win. Nice to see you in the upper bracket. Dan, specifically, throughout the listenings that we've heard throughout the game, I was on the interview, but I tuned into a few of them. You seem to be in full control of the boys. How does it feel for you specifically being in like a rookie year, joining such a prestigious organization, and then leading them out onto champs?
It's definitely pretty insane. I will say thank you to my teammates for trusting me and believing in me, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So
Absolutely.
it's really just like that's what I'm confident in doing, and they push me to be even more confident in my role. You know what I mean?
How have you found it, Brandon? Obviously, being an established professional, one of the best in the game, and then placing your trust into somebody that's coming in and taking over maybe like Scump. So how have you found the transition?
I mean, when you put it in that perspective, it's pretty crazy.
It's insane.
You are technically replacing Seth.
Yeah,
but,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of knew about him in the challenger scene. I asked around, I asked some of the former teammates that I've played with in the past, with Haggy and Fellow, and I just asked around and said, yo, like, what do you think about us picking up this guy? And they were just saying, like, yo, he's a really good player, he's a really good slayer, but he's also one of the best comms teammates that we've ever played with. So for me, it's kind of a no-brainer, just because with our team, with me, Kyler, and Ant, we're kind of just, we could do a lot of the calming, but we'd rather just focus on our own gameplay, our own, how we're shooting, how we're playing, and kind of let somebody just direct us. Yeah.
Yep.
And the way as soon as Dan came in, it was like a hand in the glove. It was like, it was perfect. I mean, the way,
Thank you, bro.
yeah, nah, it's just the way we flowed in respawn. It was.
S&D was a little
just
shaky
fair,
at first, yeah.
S&D, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you can't be perfect.
No, you can't. You can't be
at
perfect.
all. So I mean, but I think he's in S&D even today. Like he's picking up on a lot of things we like to do, and he's making great strides in that too. So I'm just grateful that we got him mid-year, because it's obviously hard, especially with, you know what I mean. Like, because at the end of the day, it's still picking up a challengers player. You don't know how it could go, but worked out perfectly for us.
Yeah, it definitely has. And credit to you, your respawn is absolutely phenomenal at the moment, and your S&D seems to be getting better as long as you're not peeking Beans' sniper.
No, Beans is, we do something like Beans is him. He's
Yeah, he's
everything.
him, yeah.
I'm like, you just had a virtuoso. You know what I mean? He has one of those, like, and then where he just takes over, and then he's not missing a shot. Yeah, I can hear him screaming. I'm like,
oh, boom, isn't
we'll let him. Yeah, he could take that.
I got a root for him. He's over in Europe, so. If this would have been Scump's last hurrah, and you're probably a little bit bored of the Scump questions, but going into champs, has he spoke? Has he give you any words of encouragement on how to deal with it, specifically you, Dan?
People have asked us this. Oh shit, yeah. People have asked us this before. But Seth's got, his watch party and a bunch of other stuff. And I also feel like he may think there's like a juju kind of thing. Like if he tries to like wish us luck, it might give us bad luck.
Yeah.
But Seth gives his words of affirmation, if you will, whenever he can and whenever he's with us. But Seth's doing his own thing, man.
He's still the same.
Yeah,
He still has the same mentality. He's just bringing that into like the watch party, I guess, like that he's in. But he's still the same vibey Seth. It looks like he's still game ready. I don't know. Every time I talk to him, he looks
He's
like he's
game
ready,
ready
to go.
and so trolly.
But then he's always like, yo, I hope one of you guys don't get sick this week. I have to spawn in. I'm like, God damn. I haven't played in 2 months.
I was about to say, Dan, there's been reports that you've been feeling unwell. Are you fit and ready?
Oh yeah, we're feeling better.
Yeah, nah, Seth
feeling
might spawn in.
Nah, imagine. Last question for me. I'm going to let you get off and go grab some food and whatnot. OpTic in the upper bracket, it's not something that we do see too often, and I heard you speaking to the other journalist about making sure that first game was good and finding the right momentum. Do you feel confident that now you've got that first win under your belt that you can go on and win it all?
I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things where we kind of talked about earlier how the first match, you don't know how it's going to go. There's just so much anticipation going into it, but
There's just less nerves, in my opinion, going into like all the matches going forward. Like the first match, I feel like for any event, especially for me, I'm a rookie, is definitely the most nerve-wracking for me.
especially against a team that has a new pickup, you have no idea how he plays. They have kind of nothing to lose mentality, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just one of those things where we're glad that we can get a W going forward, but we still have a lot of work to do. So
Yep.
there's just one.
Just one, but that's one that you needed to get under your belt. So best of luck,
Huge.
boys, and
Big one.
yeah, bring it home for the green wall.
Yep.
Appreciate it,
That's the
bro.
plan. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Take care, lads.
Cheers. Have a nice night. Or I guess, well, it's real night. It's real late for you.
Well, morning. For me,
Yeah,
4 o'clock.
have a nice early morning.
I need to go get some sleep.
Some beans on toast, perhaps? Maybe.
Thank you so much.
After that, Not after you just kicked him out, so.
He had a virtuoso gig too.
Not the worst.